Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard Count. Today, we have our very special guest, Jake Livermore, with us. Jake, say hi.
What's going on?
Yes, sir. All right. And today, we have a very special video. We have week 2 of college football. Week 2, correct?
Correct.
I just lose track now that the NFL's here. Even though it's week 1, I'm just gone. I'm like, all right, NFL. But college football, week 2, a lot of stuff happened. A lot of big games, a lot of small games. We're going to give you the highlights. We're going to tell you what's went on, what was surprising to us, and what didn't really shock us. So, Cade, take it away.
Guys, without a doubt, we know one thing is true. Texic. I gotta cut this.
Or are they?
Texas is back, baby. They are officially back. Oh my God, in a very fashionable way. 34-24 against the Crimson Tide. Is this the end of Bama's run, or is Texas officially ready for the SEC?
A little bit of both. I think the Crimson Tide might be looking at an 8-4 season here. They did not look that good, in my opinion. I think this could be one of like Nick Saban's disappointment seasons, which is really not that bad. We all know that.
Yeah.
Texas surprised me, and I'm an OU fan, so a lot of people that are actual OU fans would be like, "Oh, you can't say that," But they looked decent. Quinn Ewers looked good. Their defense looks good. I thought Bama would win this game straight up on the upfront lines. I'm talking offensive and defensive line. I thought they would destroy. Somehow they came through. Texas came through, and a 10-point victory is pretty dang good, especially when you're playing in Tuscaloosa. Texas
came to play, man. Brandon, what did you see this game?
Well, let me be honest. I agree with what you said. I agree with the Texas piece, right? Alabama, I don't think they're like completely. They're not going to be just unranked or some shit, right? I don't believe it. I don't think so. Because I still like Milroe, and I still think that there's some talent among that team. I still think there's playmakers along that team. But Quinn Ewers, that man can sling it, okay? And Xavier Worthy is that dude at wide receiver. They're just bigger than everyone. Texas is just straight up taller. Like their O-line is just towering their D-line, and then their D-line is just stronger, okay? So Texas looks very impressive. I really liked watching the game. Of course, I grew up like a Texas fan before I went to Oklahoma State. I was a Texas fan, so I always root for them in these games. So, herk 'em horns, baby. But I was impressed. I mean, it was fun to watch. It was fun to be. That environment looked electric. I mean, even though it was at Bama or in Tuscaloosa. I mean, with Pat McAfee reporting and all that, and Matthew McConaughey channeling the energy from God, doing this, shaking his hand or something, getting the energy from the field, saying, "We're back" or something. But Texas looks good. So they're ranked 4. I want to hear if y'all think that is too high, too low, just right. What kind of porridge were they drinking in the AP coaches poll?
Where you at, Jake? You think – actually, yeah, I want to hear you think 4 is right, and then I'm going to give you a line after that.
I'm going to double down. Of course it's right. You just beat Bama, and Bama was at home. If, as an OU fan, if OU did that, I would expect – I would even expect them to be 2 or 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, that was extremely impressive and a thorough win.
Mm-hmm.
Just from a football-only perspective, it was pretty impressive.
Okay, what'd you think?
I mean – how can you not give them the 4 spot? 3-2-1 would have been a little bit rich. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, but yeah, not 1.
What was Bama ranked? 3?
4?
They were top 4.
3?
So you better give them at least 4. They beat them in your house by 10 points, double digits. And it felt worse than double digits.
Oh, yeah, they whooped up on them.
They whooped up on Bama. This, really, if I could have put a scoreboard, it would have been by 17 points. That's just me, though. It looked like a whooping.
Impressive.
What a game for Texas. Absolutely huge. And then also, another big program-defining win. You got Matt Rule coming in Nebraska, resetting the program, putting in the foundation. And they go to Colorado and get their ass kicked. 14-36. I mean, their defense looked great. They were all over Shedeur Sanders.
I will say that.
They looked fantastic. But Colorado, is proving everybody wrong, including me. I was rooting for them, but, man, they look great.
Yep.
And more importantly, Shedeur Sanders playing in a Pac-12 school has a real shot at the Heisman Trophy. Is that crazy to say? Because
No.
I'm definitely on that train.
No, it goes Caleb Williams right here. Drake May's up there. Now I'm talking not only Heisman, I'm talking also draft order.
Okay. We're
Okay,
talking
so
draft.
I'm thinking Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
Drake May at the moment, Sanders.
Right there,
Shedeur
baby.
is right there. Okay, he has already moved himself up, in my opinion, in my book, right up next to these guys. Even in those Heisman rankings, arguably I'd put Shedeur in front of Drake May in the Heisman race.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And him and Caleb Williams, I think this is what it's going to be. But, Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about Quinn Ewers. He had about 365 passing yards here or there. You know what he didn't have was 393 passing yards, which Sanders did. I'm continually impressed by this guy. I still have my doubts about Colorado just because I was so heavily doubtful of them before the season. I think TCU is heavily overrated and is missing at least half of their team from last year.
Fair.
Nebraska is completely rebuilding.
Point.
Rule is a good coach, a great coach. Rule, right?
Yeah.
I was making sure I didn't say that wrong. He's a great coach, but they are rebuilding. And, Colorado dominated as they should, and they're dominating these games as they should, as a good team would. I'm just excited to see them play somebody actually worth their while, if you will. Like when they play USC or
Next couple weeks.
Oregon or whenever these games that are coming up, these are going to be big tests for them.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see that.
Yep, those two games come up in the next 3 weeks. Colorado State, that's their arguably biggest rival at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Colorado State,
You're in
they
trouble.
don't like each other. So, I mean, Colorado State's gonna bring their best.
Yeah, they
okay,
are.
so again, we've seen, but I'm not gonna hype up Colorado State like it's some insane team. 10 p.m.
Is that legal?
Jesus.
At 10 p.m.
Mimosas
game?
it is,
That's the
boys.
late game. And tickets starting at over $200, by the way, for a Colorado State game. When's the last time they saw that?
I don't know, but they sold out the
90s?
stadium. They're selling it out, and they are going to keep doing it.
That's
But
ridiculous. Do you think – here, this is what I put the line at. Do you think I'm going to shoot you straight. They're not beating USC. Can we all agree on that?
No.
Whoa.
No.
Okay.
I don't
all
want
right.
them to.
No. Nope.
All right.
No,
Talk to me,
no,
Brandon.
no.
Talk to me, Brandon.
See, this is what I think. I think Colorado has a pretty good defense. Okay. Again, we got, like Jake said, we have to see someone worth their while, and I think Oregon's really going to put that on them. I think we're really going to find out answers to this team with Oregon. I think we
September
have
23rd.
some answers, of course, with Shedeur and all that, and Travis Hunter. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
But with this overall team and this defense, they dog walked Nebraska. Okay, they literally made Sims, the quarterback for Nebraska, on the bench. Okay, they put him on the bench. Okay, Sims didn't play a great game. Again, Nebraska fans are probably gonna be like, well, that's Sims. Okay, he throws it to he led the I think he led the NCAA in interceptions last year. But I mean, shit, they took advantage of it and they dog walked him. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so, but I believe that defense is going to terrorize that USC defensive line in a way that Coach Prime organizes a defense up and makes them pressure Caleb Williams in a different way that he might not have experienced since
Okay.
Tulane or
Yeah.
Utah. And that's the film he's going to watch. So I'm taking Colorado in those games, and I'm taking Colorado beating Oregon and USC. I believe. That's just me. I'm a strong believer in Colorado. Again, like Jake said, TCU, a little bit overrated. They did lose half their team to the NFL, and they were that team last year. But I think Colorado is TCU this year.
Okay.
So
wow.
that's
I
just
love
me.
it. I absolutely love
I
it.
love it too. I do think they will beat Oregon. I'm with you on that. I worry about their size difference versus USC. They're a little speedier team, but, that works with the Dolphins. That works with, quite a few
Yeah.
of these teams who are just building these speedy, athletic teams. So It'll be interesting to say the least. I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. I could flip a coin one way or the other. I could tell you who I don't want to win, and that's the Trojans.
They will
Lincoln
not
Riley.
Shut up. Yeah, I'm right. I'm not even between y'all. I'm below both of y'all. I'm a huge Colorado supporter, and I believe in them. But like Jake said, the size difference in the D-line and the O-line, once they get to Oregon and they're in that stadium, Oregon recruits some good D&O linemen. That's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
They usually only have one or two really, really good players, but that player is going to wreak havoc on that O or D line, and I think that'll be the true test for Colorado. Because if they can survive that, they can survive anything, in my opinion. We have to watch how they play out on that offensive, defensive line. So that's where my line's at. I don't know if they're going to win that game in Oregon,
For sure.
but we'll see how that goes. And the final game I wanted to touch on, unless you guys had anything else to say about it.
I'll give my final prediction on that. I think they'll beat Oregon, and I think they'll be so worn out at that point they won't have anything left in the tank for USC. That's where I'm going.
That's fair.
That's
Lock
fair.
it in.
That's very fair.
That's
I
fair.
like that.
I like the odds with, again, it's one dude, but this one dude is a dog, and that's Travis Hunter. I think, again, having him play both sides of the field, not really getting tired from his quote, is just, that's a different breed of animal, and or different breed of dog, I should say. And, I mean, we'll see. But my prediction is Colorado beats Oregon and USC, but we'll see.
Absolutely love it. Transferring over to the Clemson Tigers, man. They were neck and neck with an FCS, not Group 5. Okay? In FCS, they're in the they started college football playoffs before it became Group Power 5 thing, okay? The Charleston Southern Buccaneers. And I swear to God, I know every single team in this entire country. I've never heard of this team in my life. It was neck and neck till half. Dabo would have been fired.
Probably.
And don't worry, Clemson won 66-17. They routed him in the end. But how do you let it be that close with that much talent difference? Jake, do you have any analysis on this? Like, give me an answer. If you're Dabo, I'm like, Dabo, all the donors are about to cut all their checks. We have no recruiting. Tell me, why is it this close?
You know, I think a big part of it has to do in that first half, at least, with them losing their defensive coordinator, who is now the OU head coach and used to be an Oklahoma coach as well. So he's kind of come back home. It makes sense for him to leave. But he just put the heart and soul into that defense. Of course, they always had the good players in Hunter Renfrow and, Deshaun Watson. These guys were really good players on the offensive side of the ball. But that defense is, they were always competing with the best of the best. They could hold Bama. They could hold teams like Georgia or the Big Ten teams. And that was so unique for an ACC team. And now I'm not sure they have that as much. They really showed up in the second half, so of course. But we're still talking about Charleston Southern here, so that should have never happened.
Yeah. It shouldn't have been close for the entire game. Like the fact that it was 14-14 at the end of the first was, if I'm Dabo, gee, man, that's pissed me off. I'm doing something wrong if I'm Dabo, but I don't know what else to say. I mean, you guys hit it on the head. Clemson needs to do better. I know 66 points. Clemson fans are like, what do you mean, man?
No.
But, I mean, they shouldn't have even scored 17.
Yeah, you're not getting a playoff bid like that, I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, you're already out of the playoff bid.
Yeah,
well, and at one point, on the scoreboard, it's showing 17-14. Clemson is losing, and below Clemson's name is an 0-1.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's exactly right.
You're freaking out.
I get off the plane in Chicago. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Is the world burning over? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, crazy game.
I mean, those were obviously this game wasn't big, but these are the biggest takeaways. Were you saying something, Brandon?
No. I mean, if y'all, do you have any other games you want to talk about?
Honestly,
because I have one more game I want to point out.
Yeah, what do you want to look at?
I want to point out, and this kind of goes off of the Colorado, bid to make the, streak in the run with with Colorado beating Oregon and USC, but Oregon played Texas Tech this week, and they didn't have, they didn't drop 60 on Tech. I mean, Tech made it a game throughout the final minutes. So Bo Nix had to put his face down and beat Texas Tech. And I'm not saying Texas Tech is a bad team. They were playing in the Red Raider in Lubbock. But, I mean, Texas Tech gave them a run for their money, and that's Tech.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not a solidified they're a good Big 12 team, they're a Big 12 team. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not much to say. They're just one of those guys that occasionally they'll show up in a game and occasionally you'll just blow them out of the water. But I mean, that's one of the reasons that I think Colorado will beat the Ducks because Tech gave them a run, and, they kept it until the very end. Ooh, what's that?
And also including Tech threw 3 interceptions, and they kept it that close.
Shador's not going to throw 3 interceptions in the Oregon game. In my opinion, that's a hot take. Mark it down right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he does that. I don't think at all. But I don't know. I mean, Oregon's a good team. Don't get me wrong. Oregon, probably deserved to win that. But I watched the end of that, and, I mean, Oregon had to come back 20 points in the fourth quarter
That's
to
ridiculous.
beat the Red Raiders. So they can do it.
Jake, did you want to cap us off something? Brandon. Jake had a little something to end this night with.
I got a player of the week that I'd like to shout out.
Ooh.
He plays for Fordham, and they beat Buffalo this week, 40-37. And the man threw for 309 yards and 5 touchdowns, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lot of points.
That's ridiculous,
That's
Jake.
Good for him. My guy.
That's ridiculous. Yes, C.J. Montez.
FedEx Ground National Player of the Week.
Disgusting. Beat the Buffalo. Wow. I mean, what a dude. Think he's going to the league?
Hey, more to come, maybe. We'll see.
More to come.
We'll find out.
FedEx Players of the Week. You'll go to the league. You'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
But, guys, that's what we got for today, right?
That's it.
That's it. If you enjoyed this, whoa. More importantly, this guy plays golf, and he does TikTok stuff.
And he's really good at it.
And it's considered what's the correct term? A golf ASMR?
Yes.
No, but seriously, guys, he does great TikTok videos for golf ASMR, and he's a great golfer. He's a pro golfer. So he's hitting birdies and eagles, like all the different kinds of birds, and some occasionally a par, because I guess you got to get a couple of those, right, Jake?
Let's get this straight. It ain't Cade and I golfing out there.
Yeah, no, you've seen us golf. You're not watching that. You're watching perfect form. It is ASMR in its purest form. We're going to leave that right here. Actually, here's a video for you to watch while I keep talking, and tag it right here
If
below.
you want to learn something, right there.
Yeah, you'll learn a lot. So he keeps score of it while he goes, so it's not like you're just watching him golf. Like, it's actually, you're engaged, it's entertaining, and it's very soothing and relaxing. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, we got socials. TikTok, Twitter, or X, Threads, and what's the last one? Instagram, did I say that?
TikTok or Instagram, one of them.
One of them. They're all important. Check us out there at Hard Count Live. We tag it right here as well. All in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love and appreciate you more than you know. Have a great day. Peace.